I'm gonna take my glasses off to see that. Anyway, so, hello. As you may be able to see from behind me, my room is a lot more tidier now. And sadly I haven't got rid of the stuff that has made it tidy. I put it somewhere else, because my brother was coming home from, he was on holiday in India, so he's just come home, and I was like, I want at least one person to have walked into this room after I've redecorated it and kind of think, oh wow, it looks pretty good. And he was like, oh wow, it looks pretty good.
Not as exactly as it, who cares?
Also, my fan is on because it's really hot, and it's really hot, so if you can hear that and it's annoying, I'm sorry, but I need to have something to cool me down. Anyway, so this video is about going to the doctors and them being very late, which I imagine has probably been done a lot before and is quite common, but I feel like there needs to be like an update system, like you should be able to have like an app or something which like says if the doctors are running late, because you can have an appointment and like be like an hour after when your appointment was, and it just... The reason why this has annoyed me, it's kind of just an inconvenience. There's loads of people in this world, so people need medical attention, that's fine. People are worried about their symptoms. If I'm gonna have a place, then surely someone else should be able to have one. So I went to the doctor's today, and this thing that annoyed me was, I was, say, 20 minutes late. Bear in mind how late they always are. It's been a few years since I've gone to an appointment. I got there like early, just in case they are running early, which they never are. So I ran late this time. So I was running late to this appointment, and bear in mind that normally the doctors are really late. Me, my mum, my dad, we all normally like turn up early, just in case they're going to be early, which they never are. So this time I was late, and the doctor was like, oh, I didn't think you were going to turn up because you were late. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. And he was like, oh yeah, well, you should be. I shouldn't really be seeing you. And I was like, okay, fair enough. If you call out someone's name and they're not there, I imagine you'll just call the next person in. Like, I haven't used up any of your time. And if you don't do that, you should do that, and then just put the other person who's late in the appointment of, like, after the person you just taken in. Anyway, then he was like, oh, why were you late? And I was just like, to be honest, I didn't have a good enough reason. My reason is my brother's just come back from India. He got up late because he got back from India yesterday. He's been in India for like 6 weeks. He was awake for like 24 hours. He normally lives in London, so I haven't seen him for ages. And I was like wanting to have breakfast with him, and then I just got ready. And that was like the reason why I was running late, but I just said I slept in, because sometimes you can give a reason and it's not really good enough, and there's no point in putting all that effort in telling the actual explanation because it's not good enough, so you might as well just say like 3 or 4 words, which are also not good enough. But yeah, so I just told him I slept in. He was like, oh yeah, well, don't do it again. He had like an evil look on his face. Don't know who the doctor was. I never see like the same doctor, like I never keep going back to the same doctor. I always just like have the next readily available doctor. I don't know if it's a thing to keep going and seeing the same doctor, but I don't. Because we have 4 or 5 different like surgeries that are around us, so I just ask them what's the earliest time, like the soonest time they can book me in, and they can just do it in the local 4 areas. You can specify the place you want to go to, but I don't. If I've got a problem, I just want to be treated as soon as possible. And yeah, he had a real evil look on his face, but I've never had him as the doctor before. Anyway, it was okay. I wasn't in there long anyway, like I wasn't using up anyone else's time. Like I think I used less than the 10 minutes I think you were assigned to have. But yeah, I'm going to go back to the doctors again because I don't know when this will come up in association to the vlog that I've done, but I had a really bad nosebleed. And I don't know if I'm allowed to put that on YouTube, but I'll put it up, and if there's like a flag on it saying I'll kind of like censor the bit where you can kind of see blood, or I'll do like a spoiler or like a warning beforehand, because I had a nosebleed and I was kind of talking about it while I was having the nosebleed, and I have really bad hay fever, so I take medication for it, like loratadine I take. I've also got this nasal spray, but I get nosebleeds really easily, so literally the second time using this nasal spray, and I got a nosebleed, and like, at first it was just a little bit of blood, fair enough, and then it started to get like slowly get worse. And I was like, I wonder if the nasal spray stuff is like evaporating kind of the healing process of the previous nosebleed that I've had. Like maybe it's really acidic and it's kind of like burning off like the scab that's healed inside of there or something. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Like my hay fever gets really bad, so I need more than one thing to stop my hay fever because it's not good enough. Like my eyes are itching and I'm feeling like sneezing and I have to take tissues everywhere. I don't see other people doing this. I don't see other people wiping their nose all the time and their eyes watering. Like I wonder if I have like multiple people's, have I just absorbed other people's hay fever or something? One thing I've noticed is kind of like, I think it's maybe if you don't exercise a lot, because if I think about the people I know who have hay fever, they don't exercise a lot. It doesn't matter if you don't exercise, that's fair enough. I don't enjoy exercise, but I feel like that's like a common denominator. I looked online, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm kind of desperate to try something. It's been 3 days since my hay fever started. Like, I was fine before that, and it's got really bad now. Like, 3 days and I'm fed up with it. So I'm trying things. I'm gonna try and change my diet, like take out sugars and starches, which means there's basically hardly anything else left to eat that isn't expensive. But that's why I've had my hair cut, because I read that like your hair can carry around loads of pollen, and then if you bring it into like your room, or your bedroom, the house, the pollen's just getting off you and into the house, even if you've like kept all the windows closed and stuff. So I thought I'd cut my hair, have less hair. I needed cutting anyway. It's a bit shorter than I'd like it, but the hairdresser did a pretty good job. My hair seems to grow pretty fast, fingers crossed. I haven't jinxed that. Yeah, so it'll grow to the style I want. I think it's fine on the top, like that's how long I want it, but on the sides, it's a bit shorter than I would like. I just need to remember for next time that I kind of like it to go over my ears a little bit. She asked me, do I want it over the ears, under the ears? I kind of said whichever, but yeah. So the thing that annoys me with the hay fever and then my nose bleeding when I use the nasal sprays, the reason why I was using the nasal sprays was so I could stop liquids like oozing out of my nose, and then I put it up my nose and then my nose started bleeding, so liquids were oozing out of my nose. Like, people who don't have hay fever or have never had hay fever, I don't think they seem to understand. Like, it can be really bad. Like with me, you're like sweating because of the heat anyway, and then it's kind of weird, humid sweating because you can feel the pollen mixing in with your sweat and stuff, and then that's probably just in my head, but that's how I'm imagining it when it's happening. And then like your nose is watering, your eyes are itchy. If you don't itch your eyes, it might go away after a bit, but then they're streaming, and then your nose is constantly running, and you can't drink because your body just transform that into more liquid to come out your nose. I don't see why it can't just put it into your body and then you like urinate it out or like excrete it out, but whatever. Just emphasising that I have hay fever. That wasn't fake, I genuinely, my nose was running. So your mouth's really dry, and then sometimes you're like really thirsty, so you have to like have a big gulp of water, and that's really bad because that'll come out of your body really soon. So I've started to have sweets, which is fine, but they don't always, like, it's not always your mouth that's dry, sometimes it's your throat. And when you're sucking on sweets, like, I find that, I don't know, my throat, my cheekbones and my throat kind of get a bit sore with the hay fever. So then when I'm constantly sucking on a sweet as well to try and make my throat not dry, then that's making my throat and stuff even sorer because I'm having to constantly like swallow the juices. But what's weird is like I genuinely feel better after having my haircut. Like, it feels like, I feel like maybe it was making my head like hotter as well, because she thinned my hair out as well because it was really thick, and it got like so thick that it was really heavy and it was just like flat on my head. Obviously my hair's flat on my head now, but that's because that's all the hair that's there. And yes, in general there is a bit of a gap here. I was born this way. I have to cover it with a comb over normally, but I don't have enough hair to do that with at the moment. Hopefully the sun will make it grow. I find that the shorter my hair is, like, the more of your face you can see, but like my face is really round because I'm fat, so when my hair is shorter you can just see more how fat I am. Like when I had longer hair, it kind of like, it's like curtains for your face where it kind of like hides some of it. So that was a good demonstration there on my behalf of hair. Yeah, so it kind of makes you look thinner. So if I had even shorter hair than this, I like the style anyway, so this is actually what I wanted. But at some point I kind of want shorter hair, but if I go any shorter, like, I look more like a thumb than I do now. I don't think you quite understand because this angle makes me not look more like a thumb, but like, you know, is that any more thumb-like? Transformers, more than meets the eye. I can't see myself too well in the lens. Why would I see myself in the lens? That's a really idiotic thing to say. In the viewfinder. I do hope this video is focused because I don't wear my glasses because I don't like the reflections of light going on them. Photographs of like videos. But then that means I can't see what it's focused on. And I don't want to constantly be looking at the viewfinder anyway because I'm talking to you, not to myself. Okay, so I'm talking to myself, but it's rude not to look at you, camera.